Okay, so now we're going to do the face to complete the look for the eyeshadow. I'm going to use moisturizer, which is the Day Solution SPF 15. That's what this little package is, and the light is kind of washing it out. So that's what I'm using in the little tester packet. Again, you want to do this with clean hands. And I put way too much on. But I want to rub this all over her face. Okay, so I'm just going to rub a little bit into her face, and this is just an SPF to kind of protect you from the sun. You also want to put it on your neck a little bit, and I'm going to give some to her on her hands, and you want to rub in an upward motion on your neck. You want to go against gravity and not create any premature wrinkles or anything. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be using is yellow eye concealer right here, and I'm going to be putting that right underneath her eyes. I'm using yellow because it's closest to her skin tone. You don't want to use anything kind of like red because it's going to come out more red tones. Kind of calms like the pink and the red color on your face. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of the yellow eye concealer. I'm going to put it on my ringed finger because it pulls a little less, and I'm just using like a little dot. Everything I do on here is backward. If you can kind of see that camera right there. So I'm going to use it in the right underneath the eye here and just kind of dot it a little bit. It is like a very vibrant yellow, so again, you can just blend this out. I'm going to be putting foundation over this, so it's going to hide any of the extra yellow that is on here. And again, I'm just like dotting right here. I'm not pulling the skin, so it's not making any wrinkles. I'm just kind of like dotting it under there because the skin that's underneath your eyes is the thinnest there, so you don't want to do any pulling motions. Okay, so the next thing I'm using is Mary Kay Medium Coverage. I already tested it to her skin tone, and she's Ivory 100. You can't really see it again because the light is washing it out. Move the light. So I'm doing this with clean fingers because you don't want to use dirty fingers on your skin or someone else's skin. But I'm rubbing it on my fingers, and I'm going to kind of pat it on for now. I'm also putting some on her neck a little bit, so it's not like a harsh line between her jawbone and her neck. The makeup kind of blends into the neck. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to use is just some powder. This is just loose powder that I'm putting over to kind of seal the makeup and take away any shine that there is throughout the day. I'm just using a little bit of this. So I put some in the cap and I swirled it around, and I'm just going to tap off the excess. And I'm going to go through her face and kind of in circular motions, just kind of put it mainly over her T-zone, but I'm putting it all over her face as well. Mainly I'm concentrating on the places that would be a little bit oilier throughout the day, but this just kind of sets the makeup. So, okay, I'm using Shy Blush. If you can kind of see the color a little bit, it's like a peach kind of color, and I chose peach because she's got peach undertones in her skin. So I'm using that on the apples of her cheeks, and this is just like the tester that I'm using of the Mary Kay one. The full size, you know, comes in a full size. It's just tester. So I'm using a contoured brush right here. So if you can see, it's kind of angled right here. And I prefer that one just because I could hit the apples of the cheeks better. So I'm going to go right underneath right here. And I'm going to sweep outward, kind of in a circular motion right here. And this has little gold speckles in it, so it also like picks up and reflects light. That's why I really, really like this color. Same thing with the other side. It's a very, very natural color too, which I like because it's not so like distinct where you can see it. Kind of just looks natural. Okay, so this is a new product that came out from Mary Kay. It's a liquid illuminator, which is just like a liquid highlighting. And I'm going to put this right at the tops of her cheeks, right underneath her eyes to kind of like pick up extra light. So this is the full-size product right there. Putting a little bit on my index finger, and I'm going to dot it throughout there and then blend it. Blending it out kind of with my middle finger because again it pulls a little bit less. Okay, so I'm going to start for the lips is the last step, and I'm going to use a neutral lip liner. This is again in the tester size. I'm using neutral because the lips are kind of going to be more neutral since she's got a more dramatic eye going on. So I'm not going to compete by putting a like red lips or something. She's going to look too overdone. So this is just like a neutral, if you can kind of see it. Comes in this little applicator right there. So the lip liner's purpose, it just kind of helps the lip gloss and the lipstick kind of stay in place, and it really does actually make it last a little bit longer. And I actually take it and I color in the lips a little bit with this, just so the lipstick that I use kind of matches a little bit better. Okay, for the lipstick, I'm using a tester size of Whisper lipstick. It's kind of like a neutral kind of color, and I'm using this because it kind of matches the neutral lip liner. So I'm using the little applicator brush, which is right here. Getting the color pigment on. Okay, for the lip gloss, I am using Fancy Nancy, which is a pink, and it has little gold like sparkles in it. Very, very fine. It's a pink, and I'm just going to add a little bit of pink into the colors of her lips by using this. Again, this is just, you know, just the tester size that I'm using. So I'm taking the little applicator right here, and I'm putting some of the lip gloss on here. Okay, so that is what the finished look looks like. She can bring her face closer so she can kind of see what it looks like. There's a link. There's going to be a link on the side to the Mary Kay website and products, so you can order them there if you happen to like the look. If you happen to like the look, you can order the products on the side link there.